I came back late, drunk after a wild bachelor party that went too far. Laughter and loud cheers echoed through the room. My friends Mike, Tom, and Chris threw me the perfect bachelor party, and I felt invincible. I promised my fiancée Sarah to behave, but with every drink, the line between fun and excess blurred. "One more shot!" Mike shouted, raising a tall glass to our groom. Each new drink made me feel more carefree, and thoughts of responsibility gradually disappeared, dissolving into the night. The night went on with dancing, laughter, and wild stories, each one more incredible than the last. But when midnight came, I realized I had lost track of time. I took out my phone to check the time and saw many missed calls from Sarah. Panic overwhelmed me, mixed with a sense of guilt. After all, I had promised her. I said I would come home early, but the fun got the better of me. I told my friends, who were still enjoying the party, that I needed to leave. "Let's do another hour," Tom insisted, but I shook my head. "No, really, I need to go home," I insisted, staggering slightly as I headed for the door. The cold night air hit me as I stepped outside, a sharp reminder of reality. I called an Uber, swaying slightly as I waited. When the car arrived, I got in, trying to gather my thoughts. I couldn't believe how late it was, and a feeling of anxiety settled in my stomach. Driving down the dark street, I recalled the promises made to Sarah. She was waiting for me, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I had let her down. My head ached with every bump on the road. By the time I got home, I felt a mix of shame and regret. I clumsily tried to insert the key into the lock, my hand trembling. Inside me, there was a heaviness of the night that pressed down like a burden. "Sarah," I called, my voice slightly shaking. I entered the living room, but it was empty. Dim light illuminated the room, and everything seemed strange. Panic gripped me as I started searching for her around the house. I felt uneasy and went to the bedroom, feeling a rush of adrenaline. Approaching the door, I froze, my heart pounding. What if she's upset? Or gone? Thoughts raced through my mind. Taking a deep breath, I opened the door. In front of me was a messy room. Clothes were scattered on the floor. Sarah's things were strewn about in a hurry. It seemed she was packing her bag on the run. "Sarah!" I shouted, panic growing in my chest. "Where are you?" I turned to leave when I noticed a note on the bed. My heart raced. My hands trembled. I took the note and read the words. "I can't handle this. You promised to come home early, and I can't wait for you anymore. I'm going to my sister's. I need time to pull myself together." These words hit me like a blow to the stomach. Guilt filled me, and I realized I had betrayed her trust. Now she was gone. "No, no," I muttered, feeling the walls closing in on me. I stumbled and fell onto the bed, unable to cope with the situation. The next morning, I woke up with a pounding headache and a heart full of regrets. The clock showed almost noon, and I immediately grabbed my phone. I hoped to see a message from Sarah, but it was empty. In despair, I called her, but the call was immediately sent to voicemail. I sent her a message, pouring out my soul. "Sorry, Sarah, I messed everything up. Please come back. Let's talk." After what felt like an eternity, my phone vibrated. The reply was from her sister Amy. "She's with me. She needs time to think. You hurt her badly." Diving into the tangled events of this story, I realized there was much to fix and understand. Join our family of storytellers here at Lauren's Stories. If the narrative has already captivated you, why not hit the subscribe button? Each new story offers a front row seat to unforgettable journeys that may resonate in your soul. Let's continue and see what happens next. Panic coursed through my veins. I couldn't let this happen. I needed to fix everything, and I decided to go to Amy, knowing it was the only chance to talk to Sarah. When I arrived at Amy's house, hope and fear mingled. I knocked, my heart pounding, and after a few moments, Amy opened the door with a serious expression. "Can I see her?" I asked, desperation sounding in my voice. "She's not ready to talk yet, John," Amy replied, folding her arms. "Please," I begged. "I know I was wrong, but I can't lose her. I love her." After a pause, Amy sighed and stepped aside. "All right, but be gentle with her. She's in a lot of pain," she said. Entering the living room, I felt my heart tighten at the sight of Sarah. Sarah was sitting on the couch, her eyes swollen from tears, her condition evoking deep sadness and regret. She looked at me with anger and pain written on her face. "Why did you do this?" she asked, her voice trembling with emotion. "I'm sorry, Sarah. I didn't mean for things to get out of control. I just wanted to have a good time with friends," I explained, my voice breaking. "You promised to be home early." "I waited, but ended up alone, wondering where you were," she replied, tears streaming down her cheeks. "I know. It's been many weeks, and I'm very sorry. I gave in to the night's mood, and now I regret every second," I admitted, my heart aching. Sarah looked at me, her expression torn. "You betrayed my trust, John. I can't just forget that." "I understand. I'll do everything to earn back your trust," I promised, feeling the weight of my words. She took a deep breath, wiping away tears. "I need time to think everything over. Right now, I can't promise anything." "I'll wait," I replied, my voice full of determination. "I'll prove to you that I can change. Please, give me a chance." A long silence hung in the air. She slowly nodded and said, "All right, but it won't be easy." I promised to fight for her, hoping to convince her of the sincerity of my words. In the following weeks, I tried to show Sarah the seriousness of my intentions. I cut down on alcohol, focused on work, and made time for her. I sent her flowers, left notes around the house, reminding her of the reasons for our love. Slowly, she began to open up. We started communicating more and going on dates. We discussed feelings in the future, each conversation bringing us closer together. But I understood that restoring the trust I had broken would not be easy and would take time. One evening, sitting on the couch watching a movie, Sarah smiled and said, "You're trying, John, and I appreciate that." I replied, "I will always fight for us, Sarah. I love you too much to just let go." My heart filled with hope. In the end, I realized that love is not only about good times, but also about being able to face difficulties together. I messed up a lot, but thanks to patience, hard work, and great love, Sarah and I found our way back to each other. That evening, hugging on the couch, I understood something important. Sometimes you need to lose someone to realize how much they mean to you. With this knowledge, I promise never to take her for granted. Thank you for being with me on this journey through the complexities of human relationships. If the story touched you and evoked familiar feelings, I invite you to subscribe. Support helps us grow and continue telling captivating stories of betrayal, revenge, and resilience. Share this story with someone who needs it. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video. Together, let's continue exploring powerful narratives that connect us all.